Stampers, Kim from stampingandperfection.com. Welcome to my craft room. I wanted to share another project that I'm making with the Thankful Tablescape Simply Created kit in the holiday catalog from Stampin' Up. You can purchase this online at mystampingstore.com. And this kit comes with just tons of stuff to decorate your holiday table, and it comes basically with enough decorations for 10 place settings. And then it comes with some really interesting stuff, and that's what I'm going to use because they show decorating a candle. So I'm going to use a little bit from the kit and a little bit of stuff from my stash and show you what I'm going to do. So I'm starting with a pillar candle, and it smells really yummy. So you need to start with the pillar candle, and you're going to have to base your measurements on the candle that you're using. One of the things that you get in the kit is you get this amazing, it's birch paper when you unroll it. It's very textured, and it's just very interesting paper. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's got like early espresso splashes in a very textured paper. So you get a roll of that, and then you get a roll of this sweater weather paper that's about this is 2 inches wide, and you can cut off as much as you need for that. I'm adding to that, oh, and also from the kit, I'm using one of the pieces of linen thread. I'm using some of the leaf cutouts, and I'm adding some things. I actually use my Autumn Accents Bigs die and my wood grain embossing folder. I used this on a project yesterday where I made napkin rings to go with this. So I used my Autumn Accents, cut out some Always Artichoke, Cajun Craze, and soft suede leaves, and I ran them through my wood embossing, my wood grain embossing folder on my Big Shot, and I got this interesting texture. So I'm using some of those. So I have a pile of those that I already made. Then I'm adding this is my natural ribbon, my natural trim ribbon. I love this stuff. It's amazing. I'm using it to I made a double loop bow, and I just wrapped around, I just made 2 loops, and I wrapped an antique brad, so I'm using antique brads. I used one of the small antique brads. I'm also going to use one of the Naturals designer buttons, and I'm using some of this fabulous, soft, amazing burlap ribbon that is also in the holiday catalog. Okay, now, to start out with, I just measured around my candle, and my candle is about 9 1/4 inches. So I took 2-sided sticky tape and put that down on one side of this. I just cut out this this birch paper, and I put a piece of that 2-sided sticky strip along one edge, and I'm just now going to wrap this around my candle. And the rest of the stuff, I'm not attaching it to the candle because at some point I will remove it because, you know, paper doesn't last forever on top of things. You have to dust it and stuff like that. So I'm just wrapping this around, and I'm attaching it just like that. Okay, so that I'll be able to slide that off. I'm not attaching it anyway. Now, I'm not going to burn this candle. I do have some electric candles that are battery operated that I got, and I will be doing the same thing with those. Those I will light up because they're just operated by 2 small batteries, so those will be safe. I would not light this though once I put the paper around it. That would be disastrous. Now I'm taking a piece of the sweater weather paper. I measured that also. I have a piece of the 2-sided sticky tape that I put on there, and I'm just going to wrap this around. And again, I'm not attaching this to the birch paper because I'm hoping that for Christmas, like this is going to be for my Thanksgiving table, I'm hoping for Christmas I will take a piece of the Season of Style paper, I think, or maybe one of the frosted finishes colors, and use that with maybe snowflakes instead of leaves and some of the pretty little embellishments. Now I have the same length of burlap ribbon, and I've already put some of the 2-sided sticky tape on that, and I'm just wrapping that around, and I'm going to attach that on the back, and I'm going to try to keep, and I've left it so I can slide everything around. I'm going to try to keep all my seams in one spot, okay, along the back. So this is, oops, crash, sorry. This is what I have so far. And the next thing I'm going to do is I've taken one of these natural designer buttons and a piece of the linen thread. I cut the linen thread in half and I just put one of the threads in each of the holes, and I'm just kind of making a loop with this. So I'm going to just slide this over, and I'm going to just tie a knot around this between these two. Make it good and snug so it doesn't slide off. So I'm just tying a knot, and I'm going to let the tails of the linen thread hang down there. Just like that. And I can cut them if I want to. I could make a bow out of them if I wanted to. You know, I could do anything like that. But I'm going to still let them hang. Now I've created this double loop bow. It's being held together by this antique brad. I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on the back. At Christmas time, I'm probably going to change the button and the ribbon to something with the cherry cobbler or gumball green. No doubt. Okay, so I've got that, and now I'm just going to take 4 leaves and I'm going to just stack them up with glue dots, and then I'm going to just kind of tip them. Just pick any 4. I love the texture that that wood grain embossing folder gives to the leaf images, and I'll just use one small one. There's also an acorn image that you can use, and then I'm going to put a couple of glue dots on the back of this, and I'm going to slide this underneath, the ends underneath the button, just like that, and there you have the start of your table centerpiece. You can use that. I can put this in a pretty bowl and surround it with some acorns that I collect outside, or some acorns and pine cones usually I'll collect, and put that on my table. So there you go. You could also surround it in a bowl with different kinds of nuts, walnuts, anything that you find in the shell, and there you go. There you have another addition to your Thanksgiving table using the Thankfully, it's the Thankful Tablescape Simply Created kit from Stampin' Up! So thanks for watching. Get more ideas and more details on my blog at stampingimperfection.com, and you can shop for projects and kits and things like this at mystampinstore.com. So thanks for watching.